Proverbs. Proverbs, what am I looking for? Proverbs 3:27 and 28. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it, when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor, now don't say, come back tomorrow and then I'll help you. Don't say that. Help them, you know? You know, you can do little things because God is watching you. Do your best with what you have. Do your best with what you have. Let's look at Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 11, verses 4 through 6. Okay, it says here, farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. But as you cannot understand the path of the wind or the mystery of a tiny baby growing in his mother's womb, so you cannot understand the activity of God, who does all things. So, Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verses 4 through 6. Did I read it wrong?
No, that's in the new one.
Okay. Yeah. Got it? So do what you can. All of us have to serve in one capacity or another. Whatever you find to do, just do it. You know, don't let people beg you. Don't. Don't. You know, God put things in your heart. God put things in your heart. You know, God has given you use of something. Use what He has given you. Use it. Use it. And however you can help, do it. Sometimes you don't want to do it. You know, because sometimes you feel, I have a big issue now with cooking. Because my kids are grown and I really don't want to cook anymore.
I said amen.
But, especially, I make a potato salad or a broccoli salad that people seem to like. I don't know why they like it so much. And guess what? When they ask me to make it, I don't really want to make it, but I will. I will. Because I'm to serve them. I'm to serve them. Except for one person, I think I didn't raise it. I told she had to be homeless for it. Because I made it for the homeless. I made it for the homeless, and she tasted it, and she said, oh my, she said, you cook like that for the homeless? I said, yeah, that's exactly who I cook for. I'll cook for them anytime. Because they need a decent meal. You don't. You know, you can go to the store and buy it. But when I made it the other day, she was so happy, hug heaven for her that it happened. It was not great circumstances that I had to make it for, but I did it. So whatever you do it with all your heart. Let's look at, as unto the Lord. Let's look at Colossians 3:23 and 24. Colossians 3:23 and 24. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. If we get the scripture in here, we can do anything for anybody. Because then you recognize you're not working for the person. You're working for the Lord. And which one of us is brave enough not to work for the Lord? Tell me, raise your hand if you're brave enough not to work for the Lord. We're working for the Lord. That's who we're working for. We're not working for the person that needs this. We're working for the Lord. And that's where we have to put our mind. You know, if you remember that what you're doing, you're serving Christ Jesus, it makes a big, big difference. Let's look at Galatians 6 and 3. I know I'm giving you a lot of scriptures, but I think when I give you scriptures, I feel like I'm giving you backup to see that you know that I read this. If you think you are too important to help someone, you're only fooling yourself. You are not that important. Remember, Jesus specialized in menial tasks, serving the lepers, helping children, washing feet. Nothing was beneath him. Why? Why? Why do you think so? Because he came to serve. You all realize that he came to serve and he knew it?
Yes.
And guess what? He expects us to follow his example. Serve. You know, your heart is revealed in little acts and big acts. But you don't have to do big acts for them to be meaningful. A little act. A little act. Just a little act. Think about it. Because God counts the small things you do. Most people only want to do great things for God. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. You might not have been called to do great things for God. You know, you have to stay in what you are called to do. And it's easy. And it's easy. You know, what about like feeding the homeless? What about going to prison? You know, those are little acts that we need to do. It might seem like a little act, but ask a prisoner when he sees you come up. He's happy. Ask the homeless. This Saturday, a group of people that I hang with, I didn't get to go because, you know, you all know my circumstances. I have babies and dogs babysitting right now. And so they didn't even have enough food for the homeless. They didn't even have enough food. What does that tell y'all? Let's look at Matthew 25. (31 through 40). But when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, then he will sit upon his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered in his presence. And he will separate the people as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will place the sheep at his right hand and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come on, come you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the creation of the world." Man, you know, from the creation of the world, God knew what he was going to do. And he knew why he created us. All he wants us to do is walk it out, what he created us to do, and it's easy. It's easy. Listen to him. For I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger and you invited me into your home. I was naked and you gave me clothing. I was sick and you cared for me. I was in prison and you visited me. Then these righteous ones will reply, "Lord, when did we ever see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink, or a stranger and show you hospitality, or naked and give you clothes?" What did we get? What? When did we ever see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will say, I tell you the truth. When you did it for one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you are doing it for me. Oh my God. This is the word, God. This is the word, you guys. This is, I'm not making this up. I'm reading it from the Bible. You know, as a servant, at times we have a low profile. Nobody might ever see you doing anything. They might never see it. But that don't mean you're not doing it. You know, sometimes we have low profile. Let's look at Luke 16, 10 and 12. And it says, if you are faithful in little things, you will be faithful in large ones. But if you are dishonest in little things, you won't be honest with greater responsibilities. And it is you. And if you are untrustworthy about worldly wealth, who will trust you with the true riches of heaven? And if you're not faithful with other people's things, why should you be trusted with things of your own? I remember when Dawn was in the hospital and she was sick. That hospital was crowded. And I kept saying, oh my God, Lord, all these people. You know what the Lord told me? He said, every time somebody has taken you there, so this is your people coming back to see your child now because you did it for others. I had to yes, you reap what you sow. Yes. And I was thinking, is it really like this? Because of, you know what the Lord did for me? The next week, I had to go visit a friend of mine. And I went into the same room, empty. That waiting room was empty. When we were there, it was so crowded. I was like, we had to throw garbage over here. You know, different things like that. I was calling people, hey, you couldn't throw garbage. There's so much junk up here. But I went the next week. I'm telling you, you know, God shows, you know, God proves it to you. Because a friend of mine was in there, the same room that I had to walk into. Oh, Lord, he helped me. But the room where people were staying was empty. There was nobody there waiting to see the sick or nothing like that. I was like, oh, my God. God, you're so right. You know, a lot of people think they're so spiritual. But serving does not make you spiritual, you know that. Because some people serve to impress. They're not doing it for me. They want other people to see, look what I'm doing. And then you might say, I'm not doing it. Guess what? It's in vain then, is that right? You know, you serve to do the will of God. Let's look at Ephesians 6, 7, and 8. Ephesians 6, 7, and 8. And it says, try to please them all the time, not just when they are watching you. As slaves of Christ, do the will of God with all your heart. Work with enthusiasm, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will reward each one of us for the good we do, whether we are slaves or whether we are free. So just don't serve don't serve because, you know, you're trying to impress other people. You're wasting your time. I have another scripture, Colossians 3, 22, 23, and 24, but I'm going to let you all read that because I don't want to go over time. I'm just giving it to you. Remember the Pharisees and what Jesus did not like about them? What did Jesus like about them? They were performers. They performed. You know, they probably all went to acting school or something like that. Think about it. Y'all think about it. I'm telling the truth, you know that. Everything they did, if they prayed and they gave, they performed. They prayed loud, the whole, you know, everybody can hear how well they can pray. When they gave, they made sure they gave somebody looking, oh, let me give this person that. They were performing. So, you know, and, you know, it's something that Jesus didn't like. Let's look at Matthew 6. I'm going to read verse 6. I'm going to read till verse 8. Watch out. Don't do your good deeds publicly to be admired by others, for you will lose the reward.